Hello everyone and welcome to Happy Healthy with Jess and this shoulder mobility class. So for today, what you'll need is a strap or a belt of some kind. Now, if you have a yoga strap or a belt, they don't have much give. You can still use that absolutely fine. But the ideal thing is if you have a stretchier band, yep? Do not worry if you don't, everything will still be accessible, but these will just give you that little bit more movement, especially if you are pretty tight or restricted in the shoulders at the minute. So you might also want a blanket or a cushion just to get yourself comfortable for when we're seated. But other than that, just yourselves. Let's get going. Nice everyone. So we are going to start on all fours. Yeah. So when it comes to shoulders, we probably know that they're pretty connected to the spine. Yeah. But we are going to focus to begin with on the movement that the shoulders do, the muscles around the shoulders, and loosening and strengthening them, yeah? So beginning on all fours, I want us to start with scapular dips. So if you've never done this before, it's like a cat-cow, yeah, but for your shoulder blades. So I want you to dip your chest between your arms. Now keep your elbows lengthened, yeah? Dip your chest between your arms, shoulder blades squeezed together. Then push into the hands and spread the shoulder blades apart. Yeah? And then repeat. Dip it down, squeeze something between your shoulder blades, and then spread them apart. This is called retraction and protraction of the scapula, the shoulder blades. Yeah? So just keep that going for me. And breathe gently through your nose. So as always, our breathing affects everything that we do. So keep it nasal, keep it gentle, and feel free to do this for as long as you like this scapular movement. You can have little wiggles in and out, whatever you want to do. After a while, it actually might get a little bit effortful, yeah, because it is working those muscles as well. Nice, feel free to sit back and just give those shoulder rolls, or shoulders, some shoulder rolls, I should say. Yeah, if sitting back on your heels, by the way, at any point during this session is not good, you can sit up, you can sit on a cushion, whatever you want. But just take some shoulder rolls back for me. Gentle nasal breathing and forwards. Very nice. So coming back onto all fours, we're going to get into the muscles around the shoulder blades a little bit and into some spinal twisting. So I want you to let your hips move to the right. Breathe in and lift your right arm up as high as you can. Draw the shoulder blades together for me. Breathe out, thread the right arm underneath you, bend the left elbow and bring the shoulder and the ear to the floor. Yep, so getting that movement around the mid-back. Push into your left hand. Let's just do that one more time. Breathing in, hips to the right, open up the right arm and thread it through. Good. Now we're going to hold it at the bottom here. Now what I want you to imagine is that your right arm is glued to the floor and you're going to try and gently pull your upper back away from the arm. So you'll find you get a stretch here. In these muscles here, the traps, the trapezius muscles, yeah, those muscles you'll be getting a nice stretch around the shoulder and the rotator cuff a little bit, yeah? Good, good, good. Feel free to take a few extra breaths there. Don't worry if you're struggling a bit. Sometimes this position can be a bit awkward to be in. Good, let's do the other side. Give that a little wiggle. Well done. Inhale, hips move to the left. Left arm lifts up. Breathing out, we thread it through and under, shoulder and ear to the floor. Good, now push into that right hand. Breathing in, that left arm comes high. Breathing out, we thread it through. Now we're going to hold this at the bottom. So again, this left arm is glued to the floor. Imagine you're gently pulling your upper body away from the left arm and you should feel a stretch around the left shoulder blade. Beautiful. Nasal breathing, nice and soft. Good, everybody. Let's slowly come out of that. Well done. Now, finally, for those of you that know about muscles, the muscles called the lats, yeah, latissimus dorsi, they are like big back wings, okay? They start right up here, they attach under here, and then attach all the way down here. They're amazing. Go and Google them. Incredible, yeah? But often these muscles are quite tight, or we don't know that they're a little bit restricted. And this is one of my favourite moves and affects the shoulders a lot. So, from all fours, once again, the left hand, I want you to bring it next to the right on the outside. Yeah, make sure you can see that, moving over, yeah. Turn the palm to face up of that left hand, and you're going to gently sit back onto your heels or towards your heels. If you need something underneath your hips, like a cushion or something like that, then please use it, yeah. But, oh, yeah, it's underneath that right arm. And maybe your head will rest on your left bicep, but you should, with the chest facing down, feel a stretch kind of around the left armpit, the left upper back, moving down towards the mid-back a little bit. Gently breathing. If any of you are swimmers, these muscles are one of the most active muscles in swimmers, obviously, yeah? So these are great stretches. Great stretches anyway, but very nice, everybody. Let's move on to the other side, yeah? So again, from all fours, your right hand goes to the outside of your left, palm facing up. So like the thumb and little finger are kind of touching, yeah? Sit it back. The further the arms away, the more intense. The closer they are to you, the slightly less intense. And let your head rest on your right bicep if possible. Breathing into that right armpit, that right shoulder blade, the mid-back. We'll all be feeling it in slightly different places probably. Beautiful. One more breath. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Okay, so from here, we are going to come and get our strap. Yeah. So like I say, if you've got a strap that it hasn't got very much movement, it might just be that little bit trickier for you, but don't force anything, okay? Get into a comfortable position. So I'm going to sit on my knees. If you do have some cushions, it can be a good idea to sit on top of a cushion like this. Yep, releases a little bit of strain on the ankles, can just be a little bit more comfortable. You can also do this standing up, yeah? Please feel free. So, I'm going to take my hands as far as I can onto either side of my strap, yeah? And from here, I want us to lift the arms up above the head. Now, don't go any further than that to begin with. I want your shoulders to lift up to your ears. So shrug them high up to the shoulders, breathe in. And then breathe out, pull them down. Breathe in, shrug them up. Breathe out, pull them down. One more time, shrug them up. Pull them down. Now, this movement, relax, is elevation and depression of the scapula, of the shoulder blades, right? So this movement up and down. Quite a lot of people out there still teach to constantly pull the shoulder blades down, right? There's not a problem with pulling the shoulder blades down, but if we find that we're doing that all the time, we will lose a really key movement of the shoulder that will help us feel freer in that area, yeah? So, also, in order to like reach something, if you pull your shoulder down and then try and reach something or move your arm above your head, it won't go, yeah? It has to lift up in order for the arm to move back. So let's try this with the strap. So same thing again, breathing in, arms go up. Shoulders, shrug them up to your ears and then take the arms beyond your head. Keep the ribs drawn in for me and then come back down. And just do that 3 more times. Now, some of you might find you can go all the way back. I'm definitely going to get that plant if I do that, Anna. Sorry, my love. I'm going to go this way. So we are going up and over all the way back. Now, if you find that going all the way back, you're like having to really move your ribs and fight for it, yeah, don't push all the way. You do not have to. I'm going to keep turning here. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Nice. Now, if you want to do that a few more times, feel free. Something else that can really help this, if you've got time, feel free to pause. If you've got a massage ball, lying on your back, massaging around your shoulder blade, and then coming back and doing this again. You'll probably find that things free up a little bit more, yeah? That combination of a little bit of massage as well as the mobility and the stretching. Oh, hitting my mic there. Yeah, will probably encourage even more freedom. Yeah, one more of those. You're trying to keep your ribs in and all the way back, over. Well done. So the next one is called Around the World. So I am actually going to move back a little bit for this one, but I'll demonstrate a little bit like this. So around the world, you are going to take left arm up and over. Yeah, right arm, it's extended back, and this is actually what the movement's called, extension of the shoulder. Now notice if I face you, oh, I'm not getting my directions very good here, am I? So right arm is going back behind you, yeah? Shrug the left arm up to your ear, then rotate it with the elbow long all the way down behind you, yeah? We're then going to finish the circle. Right arm comes up and through, and then down and round. Let's do that the other way. Right arm goes up and over, left arm reaches back into what we call extension, yeah, behind you like that. Shrug the right arm up, rotate, and land. Then finish off the circle, left arm up and through, sorry plant, all the way back through. And just keep that going for me. The things that you will find happen here for a lot of us, yeah, are that we will get here and then we'll have to like bend to get it round. You want to shrug it up so much that you rotate, almost like you're putting on a massive coat, yeah? And then same on the way through, it comes all the way up. Make sure you relax in the middle, yeah? Like I say, if you have a slightly stiffer strap, this will be more challenging. Don't worry if that is the case, just do your best. You can also, and you'll have seen people in the gym, you might be someone who does it with a dowel, yeah, one of those long sticks, really brilliant, but again, no give. So if you are particularly tight, having a little bit of give can be good, yeah? Feel free to keep going with that. Those are called Around the World. So you imagine that you're the world and it's traveling around you. I like that, I like that. Next one, extension, yeah? So take the strap, the band, whatever you've got behind you, shoulder distance apart with your hands, yeah? And what we're going to do here is we're going to lift up and down. Now notice I'm not leaning forwards, lifting up as high as you can comfortably without leaning, and down. Up and down. Let's do 3 more of those. Nice, no forcing it. One more. Fantastic, well done everybody. Right, let's pop those down. So we've done quite a nice amount there. We are going to come back to it in a second, but I just want to continue with the extension a little bit. So another way to practice this, but weight bearing, is if you bring your feet in front of you, yeah, fingers pointing forwards. Some of you have done this in yoga before, I'm sure. Upward table, feet planting on the ground, elbows long. Yeah, you've got to try and lock the elbows here, okay? I promise it's good for you. We're going to breathe in, lift your hips up. Now, the hips are not what I care about in terms of the height, yeah? And I actually don't want you to over push the chest up either. Just push down into your hands, little bit of a squeeze of the bum. Yeah. And then bring the hips down and do that 3 more times. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're not forcing anything. Keeping the arms long. It will work the triceps. Hello, triceps. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Okay, so from here, we are going to come back to our strap. I'm going to sit in cross-legged, yeah? I just wanted to get that extension, giving you a different option with that. Now, if I had something to attach this to, in this space, yeah, I actually would attach it to something, but we're going to do it with our hands instead. So like the around the worlds, I want you to, I'm going to face the side so you can see this. Extend your right arm over your head, and you can actually bend it a little bit as well. Left arm back into extension again, yeah? Now from here, I want you to actively pull up on the band as you pull down on the band. You can do this again with a strap. So notice I'm making like a big D shape, yeah? So I'm extending my arm backwards, breathing. Don't force this. You just want to get this nice big stretch and release. For those of you that used a yoga wheel before, you'll know that this is quite a cool movement to do on a yoga wheel. If you haven't, I'm sure I'll do a video about it soon. Good, and then the other side, that should start to ache a little bit the longer you hold it. So this time, right arm is extended back, left arm up and over. I'm pulling up on the band and down on the band. Keep the ribs drawn in. So I could like release the ribs and just go back, yeah? I'm keeping them in. So I'm focusing more on that shoulder area. Good, let's do it one more time. I'll just get into a different position again to show this slightly differently. And you can play with extending the back a little bit and then bringing it in. Because of course your spine influences your shoulders big time. Yeah? Pulling really far down on the band, pulling upwards so you get that strength as well. Remember, strength plus flexibility equals mobility. And if you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, don't worry. Yeah, the fact that you're moving your shoulders is all that we need right now, really. Yeah, motion is lotion. Motion is lotion. Nice, one more breath. Fantastic, everybody. Oh yeah, I feel that, I feel it. Pop that down for me. Sitting into a comfortable position. So, you know, you could sit on your cushion, on your blanket, whatever you want. I'm gonna sit onto my little bolster here in a comfy position, anywhere you want. I want you to put the back of your right hand onto your hip. Now, some people will struggle with this, don't worry if you do. Now, it's on the hip bone, it's not super far behind you, it's not super far forwards, just somewhere around where your hip bone is-ish. Take a hold of your right elbow and gently pull this arm inward. My body is still facing forwards and you should feel a bit of a stretch through here. Good. Nice. And the other side. Back of the hand, taking it inward. Shoulders relaxed. Gentle nasal breathing. Now one side might feel a little bit tighter than another. Totally normal. Very good, well done. So one of my favourite movements, but this is always one, I'll have one client who'll be like, I can't feel it at all. Yeah, so don't worry if you are that person as well, okay? But this is such a nice one for right up at the top of the shoulders, okay? It's a bit like a muscle energy technique, which for those of you that have done my hip mobility session will know all about those. Muscle energy technique, like an anti-spasm technique, okay? But it's also a lovely little stretch. So bring your right elbow on top of your left. Again, sit comfortably for you, okay? I want you to move into the side so you can see a little bit of the side. Move your elbows away and up, right? Now, if I just kept going, I'd just keep going. Yeah, I'm not. I'm moving them away and up, but I'm pulling down with my shoulder blades. So I'm resisting my elbows moving upward, yeah? So once they're moving upwards, I'm not just stopping and pulling them right down. I'm keeping them trying to move up, but I'm resisting by pulling my shoulder blades down. You should get quite a stretch through this upper trap area, through right into these sort of elevator muscles here, okay? Let's take a couple more breaths. Again, don't worry if you're stressing about not feeling it. The more you breathe, the more you'll just be getting that nice gentle movement and stretch anyway. Gorgeous. Other side now, feel free to open up that chest a little bit in between because that is a big sort of rounding movement. So left elbow on top of right, maybe the hands touch, maybe they don't. Elbows away and up. Shoulders pulled down and back. Gentle breaths. Fabulous. Slowly releasing. Good, everybody. And again, maybe interlace your fingers behind you and just squeeze the shoulder blades and lift the chest. Just getting that bit of extension again through the shoulders, opening the chest up. Look up to the sky. Make sure your mouth's closed, jut your jaw right up to the sky, get a nice stretch through the neck. Like a bulldog. Very nice. Well done, everybody. Relax everything. Final movement we're going to do is just take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Ensure your shoulders are gently down. So we're not lifting this left one up, up, up. We're pushing them gently down. And let the weight of your head relax into that stretch. Beautiful. Relax the face and the jaw. And then the other side, left ear to left shoulder. Shoulders level. Weight of the head increasing the stretch on that right side. Nice, everyone. Feel free to do some little head circles. Often we forget about the neck. And remember, everything influences everything in the body. Very good. Well done, everyone. Now there are so many more stretches and movements that we can do out there for the shoulders, but I really hope this kind of gave you a bit of everything, a little bit of every movement the shoulder does, yeah? Feel free, if there are any questions or comments, pop them down into the comment section. And if you enjoyed this, I would really appreciate likes and subscribes if you can. It means the world and it helps me create even more content for you. So hopefully see you in another class soon. Thank you so much, everyone.